let's talk about the metric system. So we already learned last week about mass, length, and volume. And then their base units, grams, or lowercase g, which is its abbreviation, meters, lowercase m, is its abbreviation, or liters, uppercase L, is its abbreviation. And so mass, length, volume, we talked about them last week. Go ahead and review the definitions for each to make sure you remember them. So now, the main part of today is all about prefixes. So a prefix is a part of a word that you put in front. So you add it to the front of a word to make a new word. And so we have base units, liters, meters, and grams. Liters, meters, and grams. And then we have prefixes that we can add to it to create a new unit. Kilo, hecto, deca, deci, centi, and milli. And so these are our prefixes. So you can combine them with a base unit to come up with a new unit. So we have kilometers, hectometers, decameters, meters, decimeters, centimeters, millimeters. And so we have all of these that can be combined with meters, liters, and grams to come up with our new units. And you've probably heard of the most common ones already, so like kilometer or kilometer, centimeter, millimeter. Those are the main ones that you need to know, but know that they also apply to grams and liters. So kiloliter or kiloliter, centiliter, milliliter. And then also kilogram, centigram, milligram. So like if you were to look on any nutrition label for any food, you would see mg for milligram all the time because most things are in milligrams on food labels. And then also you'll notice that there are numbers beneath each, and that's what they equal to. So kilo means it's times 1,000, whatever it is. Hecto times 100, deca times 10, deci times 0.1, centi times 0.01, and milli times 0.001, or 1,000th. So our base unit could be meter, and then base times 1,000, so times 1,000, that would be a kilometer or kilometer. Base times 0.001 would be a millimeter. So that's 1,000th of a meter, and then this is 1,000 meters. So it's the same way on both ends. We have a handy-dandy mnemonic device to help us remember what each prefix is and what order it's in. So mnemonic device, here it starts with an M. I know it's a stupid spelling, and no, I don't know why it's spelled like that way either. But a mnemonic device, that is a phrase where each letter or each first letter of the word matches the first letter of the thing you're trying to remember. So in this case, we have King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. So we have king for kilo, Henry for hecto, died for deca, by for base, meaning liters, meters, or grams, drinking for deci, chocolate for centi, and milk for milli. And so again, King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. It helps you remember the order of them, because it'd be weird if it said King Chocolate Milk died by drinking Henry. So you know that the correct order is KHD, B, D, C, M. And then along with our mnemonic device, we also have the abbreviations, which are super important to remember. And luckily, they're all just the first letter of that thing. So king, kilo, K. Henry, hecto, H. Died, deca, we'll come back to that one. By, base, and then gets that meters, liters, and grams. Drinking, deci, D. Chocolate, centi, C. Milk, milli, M. So those all make sense together, except for this weird one, deca. So they already had D for deci, but they couldn't do D again, and so they decided since deca is the only one that ended in A, hey, we'll add an A to it, so our abbreviation will be DA. So that is your abbreviation there. To combine a prefix and a base, you get a unit. So examples down at the bottom, centimeter is cm, kilogram, kg, milliliter, ml. So you combine these prefixes with the base unit to get your new unit. And then just a sneak peek at what we're looking at tomorrow is converting between these different units. So going between kilogram and milligram. So for this first one, 100 centimeters equals how many meters? And the super nice thing about this is that you could either use this right here, which is King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. And you know that C is centi. And M, the tricky thing is to remember that when you have a single M, that's meters, not milli. Because you can't just have milli. That means nothing. That's just a prefix. So anytime you see a single M, don't get that confused with milli. Know that that is meters. So going 100 centimeters to how many meters? So when you're at either this ladder or steps, or when you're looking at the abbreviations here, start at C and see what happens when we try to get to our base unit, meters. So I have to go over 1, 2, and I'm going to the left. I guess to the left. And so that's how many spaces I'm going to move this decimal point. Knowing this decimal point is going to be super important. I need to move this over 1, 2 spaces. So that's where our new decimal point is going to be. So 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. And you can see the arrows or the jumps that we made to go from 100 centimeters, 2 spaces over, or I guess it's flipped for me, so 2 spaces over, to base. Or for liters to kiloliters, 1, 2, 3 spaces over to get from base to kilo. And then, lastly, centi to milli, I'm going to do just 1 hop scooch over from C to M. So that is a quick preview of tomorrow, but today we are just focusing on getting our prefixes. So have fun focusing on prefixes. Bye!